Good afternoon. My name is Sihle Sibisi, and I'm the founder of a civil society organization called Kwanele Foundation, based here in Johannesburg, South Africa. I want to applaud the sitting. Reflection. I think it's about time that we need to make sure that the voices of men is amplified. Because most of the time when South Africa, Africa, the world as a whole, when we speak of gender-based violence and femicide, femicide, which speaks to the killing of women and children, which is at a high rate in our country currently in South Africa. But when we speak of gender-based violence, we tend to neglect the boy child, the man. Why am I saying this? Women, we need to put emphasis on the fact that women are masters of manipulation at times. Why do I say this? Women are very good at being abusive emotionally, mentally, to men. And you find that because men don't have the physical scar that we can see externally, men will not talk, and we will not believe him when he says, I am being emotionally abused by my wife. How do they abuse? The things we say, the things women say. Women tend to have a vile tongue. The things we say to the men in our homes, the things we say to other women about themselves. And we tend to sweep that under the carpet, because with a man, he tends to make sure that you have a scar physically that you see most of the time. So I want to say that we need to also be cognizant of saying that there are a lot of men who don't have physical outward scars, but internally they are dying. That is why we find there's a high rate of suicide amongst men, because men don't talk. Sometimes you'll hear that, this person committed suicide, and everyone will say, but they were fine, everything was okay. We never saw the physical scar. Maybe within themselves they were going through a lot. And I liked the fact that people are recognizing that it's okay to not be okay. Let's talk of the cyberbullying that happens. Women, we are very quick to share and rejoice at another woman's pain. We are very quick when we see breaking news about somebody. If it's bad, we are the first to want to click share and give it to everybody else. But if it's good, we're not going to do that. Holistically, these are things that need to be spoken about, because people don't realize that even the sharing and the things you comment on social media, that part of it is gender-based violence. It doesn't start when somebody has been physically injured. The things you say, the things you do. We are raising boy children. We are raising girl children. We need to unlearn the rot that we grew up knowing. I'll make one last example. When we grew up, most of us here, we grew up with aunts, sisters, and aunts and uncles and mothers who lived under the Begazela notion that if you get married, no matter what happens, you don't come out. Others, we grew up under the notion that if my boyfriend doesn't beat me up, he doesn't love me. So we still carry that notion with us. And as a result, we are now adults, we are raising children. We ourselves need healing. We ourselves need to learn and unlearn that rot that we grew up with, so that we can be able to remove the toxic masculinity that our children might inherit. And the generation yet unborn will turn around and say to us, why did you remain silent? Or in fact, you were speaking, the model laws were good, but the implementation was 0 to none. So I want to applaud this chamber for having this sitting. And indeed, mental health is a human issue. And indeed, we need to make sure that we amplify, when we say gender, also emphasize on men. And also lastly, 21st November, we're having the national women's shutdown in South Africa. This is the G20. All the women, turn your profile pictures to purple. We will be at 12 midday, dressed in black, lie down wherever you are. We are standing in solitude to say our government must recognize and acknowledge that gender-based violence and femicide in South Africa is a national crisis, a national disaster. And we implore all the men to be allies and support us in this movement. I thank you.